Hi, I'm Lance Fule, and this is a fundraiser for my final student film, Kill Your Past. Kill Your Past follows Jasper McCain, an infamous hacker who has a questionable past. He's fun, but he shields himself from the world because of the guilt of his past actions. By his side is Lorene Huffman, their gadget girl, who's responsible for their bombs, lockpicks, anything that the team needs. And Rinkhal, their mysterious brute, who doesn't quite understand why Jasper is so torn up by his past. The trio find a massive flaw in the city's infrastructure, which would allow them to control every piece of technology in the city. This kind of power would be devastating in the wrong hands, but they'll make good with it, right? This question causes tension within the group, and you'll get to see how that unfolds. This film is inspired by several different pieces. Visually, it's inspired by Watch Dogs 2. I really like the very fun, vibrant vibe that game has, while also being able to do serious story moments. And everyone's, I think, seen it recently, Severance. Their editing style is something I really adore. There's a lot of planning and meticulous effort that goes into that edit, and there are some parts of Kill Your Past that I want to emulate the Severance editing style. But films are expensive, and that's why I'm asking for your help. We've crunched the numbers, and we found that the minimum amount of money that we would need to bring this to life is $1,200. This will help us rent locations, create props, and just fill in the gaps for everything we need to spend for the movie. And you'll get some rewards for being a part of this too. For $10, you will get a special thanks in the credits and get journal production updates as they come. For $25, you will additionally receive a signed copy of the script from myself and the main cast of the movie. At $50, you will receive a private link to the movie once it's completed, so you can skip the worldwide wait. For $100, you will receive an exclusive director's commentary from myself and other key cast and crew members. For $250, you can receive an in-universe reference to whatever you want. Your dog could be canon. And for $500, you will receive an executive producer credit for your generous contribution. We also have some stretch goals that will help the production even further. For all my movies, I always have a fun BTS video, and the stretch goals will make this video even more insane. So for $1,800, on the second weekend, I will be zip-tied for at least an hour. My dipshit producer, Kaylee Ross, loves to steal things from me. She's over here trying not to laugh. So if we reach $1,800, we will be able to recoup the cost of feeding the crew. And obviously, we are going to feed the crew. We're going to feed the crew, but food is still a cost. And if we reach that, we will be able to offset that a little bit. At $2,100, the entire crew will be doing a hot sauce shot. I forgot to tell him about this. We have a diverse crowd with different spice tolerances, so we'll have to go for lower end spicy shots or even like sour shots, but I will be obviously doing something insane. And this money will be going towards transportation costs. Thankfully, I am very lucky to be working with a crew who is willing to take on, transportation costs by themselves, but I don't want to have to force them to do that. So this would help us greatly. And if we reach our stretch goal of $2,500, the entire cast and crew will be able to pelt me with paint sacks. They'll just hurl them at me in the final day to get all their anger out on me, as usually happens on film sets. These costs and any other extra money from other tiers is going to go towards film festivals, so we can get this movie seen all over the state, all over the country, and hopefully all over the world. Thank you very much for watching this, and if you donate, thank you so much for the support. If you're unable to donate, I completely understand. I would really appreciate it if you could spread it around to those you know, so hopefully we can raise a bit more money for the project. And any amount genuinely helps so much more than you know.
So I met Lance on my very first film set at Montclair State University. He was a scriptie, I was a makeup artist. I was also a transfer from a community college back home. And Lance was great on that set. He was so sweet, so kind. I was so new, I didn't know anybody, but Lance was very nice to me. I remember that. I like working with Lance because he's good at making schedules, which I know it seems very why would you appreciate that? It's because I'm bad at keeping time, and I'm bad with order, and Lance is very good at keeping order, and that helps everyone else on set keep order, and I really appreciate that.
No, I really like working with Lance because he's so motivated naturally. He doesn't need people to tell him what to do, and he will always get the stuff he needs to get done. He doesn't like walk around the bush. He doesn't wait on it. He doesn't let it sit. He's not a slacker. He gets it done.
He's very clear in communication, in my experience, whether it's something like personal or like friend related, class, or for film set, and just an overall understanding person. And you can like tell he cares. He's just real and like honest and understanding.
Lance is a very good time, and I feel like not only does he know how to manage people like interpersonally, but you could see it in his eyes once he like locks in. And so there's also like a sense of safety and relief, like you know he can do the job and that he's paying attention.
He's also a guy who knows what he wants. He's very open to suggestions when it applies, but also very firm in knowing what he wants because it's his project. I find our senses of humor are very compatible. He's worked various different positions, so he understands everything, and he's all able to do it with a smile and a wink whenever I say something stupid.
I woke up one day and I was working on a film that he made called Bittersweet. I gaffed for him, and it was one of my first like big real sets, and it was a total blast, and that's where I met basically like all of my friends here at Montclair State. I appreciate working with Lance because I find that he has a really healthy balance between professionalism as well as having fun. He knows when it's okay to make jokes and when it's, you know, time to have fun, but then, you know, when you actually have to put in the work and you actually have to do stuff, he is the first in line to do that. So it's always great working with him because you get stuff done and you also have a good time.
Again, he's great to have on set. He's a great personality. He's so funny. He's so kind. Like, he's really good at, you know, working with people. But once it's time to get into business, like, he locks in. Like, he knows when to be a director or, like, a crew member, and he knows when to be a friend. And it's great that he's good at both.
I haven't seen somebody put so much effort into something like this at this level, and it's really admirable to show how much effort he puts into building his characters as well as his world.
I really love the character designs. They remind me a lot of Mirror's Edge, which is a really great game. Lance has done a really good job at keeping an eye on wardrobe and making sure it looks good, and I really appreciate that.
I'd say it's definitely one of Lance's stronger stories, and I think it encapsulates him wonderfully. It's also a very human story. I like how it kind of touches on murky pasts and trying to reconcile with what you've done before and try to remedy the after, so to speak.
Yeah, it's super ambitious, but I think with our crew and with Lance leading the way, I think we will 100% be able to achieve this and hopefully make it look really good.
You should donate to it because filmmaking is evolving a lot of times in ways that might not seem to be to the benefit of the artist. Lance is an artist. Most of the crew who I know are artists. We are the future, like it or not. Let's grab it by the horns and let's get going.
It would be incredibly helpful if people, even if it's just a little bit of pocket change, maybe you got $20, even a couple dollars just to throw in, because literally anything helps. And I know you hear that over and over again from fundraisers, but it's true. Any little bit of cash helps. If you have anything, please, we would be eternally grateful.
I think you should donate because I want to see Lance tied up. I want to see him tied up. I want to see him drink hot sauce. I want to see him tortured, honestly. I fear after set him having a normal life again. I want to see him have to go through something. Go through an arc.
I want to see him go through something.
Once again, thank you very much for your time. I cannot wait to show you all Kill Your Past.